Hello, Padma.
Hi, Priya.
Yeah, hi, Padma. So my audio is clear, right?
Yes, yes. So I'm giving you the host privileges, okay?
Okay.
Or can I make a okay? Yeah, please rename yourself. Facilitator.
Here to guide you on how to build Android application on your own. The main objective of this complete session, the complete course, is to give you an idea about all the components and blocks in MIT App Inventor so that you can create your own app. Okay. So everyone is having a mobile phone these days, right? So can you tell me which is your favorite app and why? You can unmute and speak up.
My favorite app is Arogya Setu because it is more of like it helps in diagnosing the COVID-19 patient.
Yeah, great. Then anyone else?
I like Talking Tom game.
Talking Tom game app. Okay. So in earlier days, okay, so in this session, we are going to build an app that can convert text to speech. Okay, so in earlier days, we had landline phones like this, which is used only for making calls. But now we have the hardware and software and phones has evolved so much that you can actually book a ride, play games, set reminders, order food online, and do a lot more using a single Android phone, right? So this has been made possible only because of the apps. Nowadays, we have app for everything. Like they play an important role in our day-to-day life. So imagine if you want to go on a trip with your family. So what is the first thing you will be doing? Can you guess? Okay, we need to buy the tickets, book a stay in a hotel, calculate the expenses using calculator, navigate in the city using Google Maps, spend your traveling time by playing games, right? So without a mobile app, we need to do all these things manually. It will take really a long time to prepare for a journey. But today, can we do all these things using a single Android phone? Vacations can be planned within minutes by using all these apps. Okay. So have you wondered how these apps are made? Well, that's what we are going to learn now. So before that, can you tell me what is an OS? What is an operating system?
It's a system which operates the whole like
Yes, Jay?
phone or laptop.
Okay. Operating system. Anyone else? Do you have an idea about operating system?
It helps carry out a computer's operations.
Carries out computer operations. Okay. So the actual definition is OS acts as an interface between human and a machine. Okay. So can you tell me the different OS names?
Android,
Windows.
Windows,
Android, Mac.
Apple. Yes. Can you identify the logo on your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the first logo?
Windows.
Windows. Can you identify the company which developed Windows?
Yes.
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Microsoft. Okay. And the second
Android.
Android
Android.
developed by
Google.
Google. And the last one
Apple.
Apple.
iOS and
Yeah.
developed by
Apple.
Apple.
okay, Apple Incorporated. So Android is an OS developed by Google. So Android is more successful than the others. Do you think why? Because it is an open source platform. So in open source platform, the software and the OS is openly available, which means anyone can modify the Android OS. Whereas in Windows or iOS, it is a closed source platform and we need license to make changes in that. So can you tell me the different versions of Android OS? Can you name some different versions?
Cookies.
Cookies, I'm afraid we have separate. We have different OS names.
Lollipop.
Lollipop, yeah, good. Good Raghav Lollipop. Then any other names of versions of Android?
Is there Claire?
Eclair, good. Okay. So here you can see the different versions of Android, starting from Apple Pie, Cupcake, and the last version is Pie, Android 10. So they were all named after sweets or desserts in alphabetical order. And many softwares has been used to develop the Android apps like Android Studio, MIT App Inventor, Appy Builder. We have many different softwares to develop Android apps. Android Studio is the Google's official software to develop the Android apps. Okay, so generally it is used by the professionals, which involves lots and lots of coding, and it is also equally difficult. Whereas in MIT App Inventor, so it is actually a visual programming environment where even non-coders can build the apps by arranging the blocks. Can you see the blocks on your screen? We just simply need to drag and drop the blocks onto the screen to develop coding. We don't need to spend a lot of times in writing lines and lines of code. It is simple and easy to learn. Okay. So before going into app development, we need to understand some basic block and programming explanation. First, we are going to see variable blocks. So can you see the picture? The variable blocks will be looking exactly like this. So generally in computer programming, a variable is used to store some known or unknown quantity of data. There are generally two kinds of variables. One is a global one and another one is a local variable. So global variables can be used anywhere in a program, but whereas in a local variables can be used in any one particular block or in any particular element. So consider the following example. So here I'm going to initialize a global variable.
Excuse me, Priyadashni.
Yeah, Padma.
Yeah, hope everyone opened the MIT app on their laptop and installed on their Android.
Yes, have you all completed the set of instructions provided in the prerequisite file?
Yeah, if you have any questions regarding that, please let us know now.
Yes.
Actually, I downloaded the app in my mobile. Is that okay?
MIT A2 Companion app, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has installed the MIT A2 Companion app.
Yes.
And also, did you allow the third-party apps?
Yes.
Okay, if anyone has not completed that process,
Could we also install the app in laptop?
you have installed that app in laptop.
No, I've installed it in my phone.
Yeah, we need to install it in mobile phone. So we are going to design the app in MIT, in the official website of MIT. So we don't need to install the app in laptop.
Okay.
We need that app in the phone in which we are going to do testing and debugging.
Okay.
So shall I proceed with the basics?
Yes.
Okay. So consider the following example. Here I have initialized a variable called A. Can you see that? A, I'm giving a variable named A and assigning a value of 5 to it. Next, we are moving on to operator blocks. So operator blocks are used to perform operations on variables or values. So most programming languages use operators like arithmetic operators, comparison operators, and logical operators. So arithmetic operators is basically used for mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and finding the square root, etc. So can you see the example here? I've used that operator block which has addition. This is an addition block. So generally they will be under math block section. Under the math block section of your MIT App Inventor, you can find these arithmetic operator blocks. So here I need to add the value of 2 plus 3. To do that, I'm using an addition block. In the second example, I'm going to do an operation called subtraction. So I'm going to minus the value of 25 from 50. For these basic arithmetic operations, we need arithmetic blocks. Comparison operators are used to compare the value on the left with the value on the right. So in this example, we have used less than, greater than sign. So we have many other things like finding whether it is equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to. We have various functions for comparison operators. So in this example, I have compared the value on the left, which is 1, lesser than the 2. It is right. It will check whether 1 is lesser than 2 and proceed to the next step. Similarly, in the next example, it will check whether 3 is greater than 2, and if it is true, it will proceed to the next step. Then moving on to logical operators. So if we need to compare more than two values, at that time, we are in need of a logical operator. So in this example, you can see we have compared 4 values in a single statement, right? To do that, we need logical operators. So consider the first example, an operator. So for an operator, all the comparisons must be true to proceed to the next statement. So in this example, 3 is greater than 2, which is a true statement. And similarly, on the right hand side, 3 is lesser than the 4, which is also true. Only if both of these blocks are true, it will proceed to the next statement in the AND condition. Whereas in OR, only one comparison needs to be true. So in this example, 3 is greater than 2, it is true. And on the right hand side, 3 is lesser than 2, which is wrong, which is actually false. So even if any one of the comparison is true, it will proceed to the next statement. This is how AND and OR works. So are you clear with this? Arithmetic, comparison, and logical operators. Now moving on to conditional blocks. So conditional statement allows a program to perform actions under certain conditions. The simplified version just looks like this. If something happens, then do this. And a simplified version for if then else statement is if something happens, then do this, else do this instead. So the conditional blocks looks like this. We can also use nested if statements. So it will be clear when we look into the example. So in this example, it will check if the mark obtained is greater than 40. Then it will display the value as pass. It will check if the mark obtained is greater than 40. It will display as pass, or else. That is, it is lesser than 40. It is going to display the result as fail. Clear? This is how if then else statements are being used. If the mark obtained is greater than 40, display the result as pass, or else display the result as fail. Now moving on to event handlers. Event handler blocks are used to trigger some action when input is given, and they're usually yellow in color. So it will look like this. For example, when button has been clicked, it should trigger the action of playing the sound. So it is triggering the action, and that's why event handlers are being used. Now moving on to getter blocks. So getter blocks are usually used to get the value of a property. So during the runtime of a program, when the program is being run, it is used to get the value from the user. The user has to decide the value. And that's why getter blocks are being used, and they are usually light green in color. In this example, it is going to get the background color from the user, font size from the user, and text color from the user. Now, whereas setter blocks are commands that change the value of a property, they are always dark green in color. In this example, so the programmer who is designing the program are setting the value as default and using a setter block. So I'm setting the background color to yellow, setting the font size of the button to 20, setting the text color of the particular button to blue. So can you identify the difference between getter and setter blocks?
Yes.
Getter blocks, okay. We have to get the value from the user in getter block. In setter block, the programmer decides the default value. Moving on to procedural blocks. And these blocks helps to perform a function or set of instructions. And this particular block does some background operations to give the necessary output, and they are always purple in color. Consider the following example. Here we are going to find the area of a circle. Can you tell me what is the formula for calculating area of a circle?
Half
IR squared.
into half
Sorry?
into
Oh, no, I'm afraid it's wrong. Anyone else?
area of
Area of the circle. Pi r square.
pi r square.
Squared.
Yeah, pi r square. Very good. So in this example, we are going to calculate the area of a circle. So it get the radius value that we have default. We set the value as default, given the radius value as 20. So first it needs to calculate the square of that radius. To do that, the first set of first instruction is to square the radius value. For that, exponential block. Can you see the exponential symbol? It is used for calculating the power values. So power 2 means it will do the squaring operation. When it is power 3, it will do the cubing operations and like that. So here we have first set of instruction is to square the radius value, and the second instruction is to multiply it with the value of pi. So I have given the value of pi as 3.14, multiply it with the pi value and display the result area of a circle. So this particular procedural block called calculate area of a circle do the set of instructions to give the result. This is how it works. So I hope everyone is clear with the basics. I think you have got some good idea about the basics of blocks. So shall we start building the apps? If you have any doubt with these blocks, please let me know. Okay. So I recommend you to use a smartphone with an Android version of 7.0 or higher. Apps may not work well if you have a lower version of that Android phone. So let's go and sign up on MIT App Inventor to do that.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hope
hi.
everything is clear up to now. So if anyone have any questions, please unmute yourself and you can check with the facilitator.
Yeah, please feel free to ask any doubts if you have any doubts regarding the block section. Hello?
Yeah, Priyadarshini, I think you can go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So please open your browser. Everyone, please follow the steps. To sign up on MIT App Inventor, open your browser and type MIT App Inventor
Is this in the mobile or in the laptop?
in the laptop.
Okay.
Open MIT App Inventor in your laptop. On your browser, type MIT App Inventor and click enter. The very first link you will get telling appinventor.mit.edu. Please open that first link, appinventor.mit.edu. If anyone is having trouble while following the instructions, please unmute yourself and convey it. So have you all opened the MIT App Inventor website? Shall we proceed?
Yes.
Yes, Shriman?
Yeah.
Yeah, opened. Everyone has opened the
Yes.
MIT App Inventor website. Okay, shall we proceed? Now click on Create Apps. On your left, you'll find an option named Create Apps. Click on that. You have to sign in using your Gmail account. Sign in your Gmail account. Enter your ID and password. As soon as you sign in with your Gmail account, you'll be prompted to a new page with terms of service in it. Click on I accept the terms of service. Completed this process. Click on I accept the terms of service and you will be directed to the main page of the MIT App Inventor website. Once you click on that button. Click on continue and select my projects in MIT App Inventor website and click on start new project option. And you have to enter the project name. A new dialog box will get open. Enter the project name as talk to me. Remember, you must not leave space in between. It will not accept the space in the name of the project.
Sorry, what is the name of the project?
Talk to me. And click on OK. Have you all created the project name Talk to Me? If you have any doubts, please unmute yourself and ask it. So shall we proceed to the next step?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see the designer window containing 4 different sections. So one is a palette, next is viewer section, component section, and the last one is a property section. So under palette section, you'll be finding the different components like user interface components, media, sensors, etc. Viewer section is where you are going to decide the look of your app. It shows a screen similar to that of your mobile screen. So here we are going to decide what comes after what, like that. We are going to design our own app in this viewer section. And under component section, whatever components you have dragged from the user interface and dropped into the viewer will be arranged in a hierarchical order. Under property section, we can change the properties of each component like background image, font size, font type, everything. Now we are going to design a text to speech converter app, right? So to do that, we need a button and a text box. So under user interface, there is a first component named button. Drag and drop it into the viewer screen. Drag and drop the button component into the viewer screen. And under components, we are going to rename the button. So click on that button, select rename, and rename the button as talk to me button. Remember, renaming the components will help us in building the blocks. So this is a simple app containing one.
I'm not able to rename the button.
So select that under components. Can you click on that button?
Yes, ma'am.
You find a button named rename.
Now 1 second.
Once you click on it, a dialog box will get open and type talk to me button. So this is one simple app containing very less number of components like one button and one text box. So renaming is not a problem here, but only when you create an app with involving lots of components and we are creating some complex app, we'll be having 4 or 5 buttons. So at that time, programming the block will be difficult without renaming. So have this habit of renaming as soon as you add the component. Okay. So inside the text box, it is written as text for button 1. I'm going to change the text as talk to me. So the button name is talk to me, right? So I'm going to change that. In order to do that, under properties, scroll down a bit, find text. Under the text, change the text for button 1 as talk to me. Here you are allowed to leave spaces. So type talk to me and enter. You can see the name inside the button has been changed to talk to me. Completed this process. Add a button from user interface. Click on the button, drag and drop it into the viewer screen. Rename the button as talk to me button under the component section. Under properties, change the text as talk to me. Shall we proceed to the next step?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we need a text box to type a text, right? So in this app, the user is going to type some text inside the text box, and once the user clicks on the talk to me button, the app should read it aloud, right? So we need a text box component for writing the text. So drag and drop the text box into the viewer. Under user interface, can you find the text box component? Drag and drop it into the viewer screen.
Yes.
So we don't need to rename the text box. We are going to have only one. So on the properties, change the hint. Under properties, there is a block called hint. Click on that. Change the hint as type here. We are going to give hint inside the text box, like what we need to do with the text box, right? To the user, I'm giving a hint name type here and click enter. This will not appear in your viewer screen, but once when you connect it with your mobile phone, you can see it on your screen. So give the hint as type here. Under properties, change the hint to type here for the text box. So now I'm going to add one more component. Click on the media under the palette. Under the palette window, click on media. You will find one option named text to speech, right? Drag and drop that component into the viewer screen. See, this is a non-visible component. You can find the component under the screen. Below the screen, you can find that component. It will not appear inside the screen since it is a non-visible component. So we require it for the proper functioning of the app. We need it to perform the action of converting text to speech. So we don't need to rename it since the name text to speech is okay enough. Now I'm going to add one more button. Drag and drop one more button. I'm going to rename the button as thank you button. Rename it under the component section as thank you button and click on OK. Under properties, change the text as thank you.
Can you please repeat it? I didn't understand.
Okay, so drag and drop one more button component into the viewer section below the text box. See, as soon as you drag and drop a component, you will find one blue line. Okay, this blue line indicates where you want to place the component. So when I want to place the component above the previous one, it shows a blue line above it or below, right? So blue line indicates the position of the component. So drag and drop a button component into the viewer below the text box. Rename it as thank you button under the component section. Click on that button and rename it as thank you button. Under properties, change the text as thank you. So when the user, as soon as the user opens the app, The hint will be displayed as type here. When the user clicks on that text box and type the text and click on that talk to me button, the app will read it aloud. And when the user click on the thank you button, the app will say thank you. So have you all completed? Shall we proceed to the next step?
Yes.
Okay. So now we are going to add an icon for our app. So can you tell me what is an icon?
Logo.
Logo, okay. Okay, the small square shaped image will be displayed when you install any app, right? In your Windows screen, you will be seeing the square shaped image which is said to be an icon. To change the icon, click on the screen under component section. Under component section, click on the screen, drag down a bit. Under properties, you can find icon option. I hope everyone has installed downloaded the image which we sent through prerequisite, right?
Yes, Priyadarshini. So I have shared email. So I have
Okay.
sent prerequisite zip file. So hope everybody got that, and you can find an icon in that.
Actually, I did not get that icon. My email.
Okay, so did you unzip the file?
Yeah.
So when you unzip the file, you can see it in a folder. Yeah, you can see icon
Okay,
like
this
that.
icon.jpg.
Yes, yes, that's the image file. Yeah, you can choose that file. Hope everyone got that.
Or
Yeah, please, please
I'll
start.
share the image through chat.
Okay, I'll share it.
I share.
Yeah.
So you can find it in your chat window, the icon.jpg. Those who have not yet downloaded, please download that image, icon.jpg. So click on the
I've
icon
actually installed that image in my phone.
image in your phone. Okay. Can you transfer? Okay, it's not a problem. You can Google any image from the laptop. Just open your, I'll tell you how to download the icons. Open your web browser on the Google.
Okay.
Google, you can type the app name like, okay, text to speech. We are going to do text to speech, right? So type text to speech and click on the images option. You will be finding plenty of images, right? You can download any of the image and use it as an icon. Okay, so click on the icon, select upload file, click on the icon option and select upload file.
One second.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Now upload file.
So shall I proceed?
Yes.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Priyadarshini, I'm not able to back the file. So can you please, I think you have shared it privately. So can you choose
Okay,
to
okay.
everyone? Yeah.
So
I have uploaded a file.
Padma, I couldn't share it with everyone, I think.
Can you able to choose that option everyone?
Yes, I can choose everyone publicly, but still it is displayed as private.
Actually, I'm finding an error when I when I click the upload the file.
Yes, it's throwing some error.
Okay, so have you downloaded the image from Google or the icon which we sent from the Google?
I
Yes.
downloaded from Google and I'm showing some,
What
error.
extension it is? It is .jpg or any other thing?
It's showing PNG.
PNG file. Okay, PNG is also, I think, acceptable format.
I have
So,
uploaded the image in MIT.
okay. So, or else you will use the one which we have shared. Can you?
I'm not able to.
Because the size may vary sometimes. Can you find it in your chat?
I'm not able to.
Not able to find. Okay, Padma.
Yeah, Pradesh, I'm trying to send it, but I can see some network disconnect while sending the images. So can I send it to WhatsApp individual?
Sorry, wait. I'll try it again. Okay, I think it has sent.
Yeah, I got it.
Can. Okay. So download that image and use it as icon. Okay. Click on that icon option. Select upload file. Select choose file. Select the icon image. Click on open and give OK. So you can see the icon has been changed as icon.jpg.
It's still showing the same error.
Still showing the same error.
Cannot able to download the image.
I mean, I'm able to download the image, but it tells that there's no image to upload.
See, save that image in your desktop so that it will be easy to find. Okay.
So is it in JPG extension?
Well, extension and all, I think it is correct. He might have stored it in some other location, and that's why he cannot find it. So download that image again and save it in desktop.
Yeah, I saved it in desktop.
Yeah, Raghav, you saved it in desktop, right? So select the upload file, choose file. On your left, make sure you have selected the desktop and type the file name as icon.
For some reason, still it's showing the same error.
So you have stored that in desktop, right?
Yeah, I've stored it in desktop.
So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, on your left, make sure your desktop is selected
Yeah, it's selected.
and, type the file name as icon. Can you find it now?
I'm able to open it.
Yeah, open it. Open. After that, click on OK.
Yeah, I clicked on OK.
So now it is being uploaded, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's still getting the same error.
Still getting the same error.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, if you're getting the same error, you can try with some other image that you already have on your.
Or we'll correct it at the last. What do you say, Padma? At the after the session, we'll give him some
Yeah,
time.
okay, Priyadarshini.
Raghav will rectify it at the last. Okay. Now proceed with the atom. Okay. Okay. So now we'll move on to the block section. We have added icons, button, and text box. Now we are going to program each and every component. So moving on to the block section, we have blocks and viewer window. So under blocks, you will find built-in blocks and the component blocks. Built-in blocks are default. That will be present as default for all the apps that you create. But the component blocks is available only for the components which you have added in the designer window. So in the designer window, I have added 2 buttons and a text box and also a text to speech converting component. For that, you will find the blocks under the component block section. Now click on the talk to me button. Under the block section, you will find various event handlers, right? When the button has been clicked, when button got focus, when button long click, last focus, touch down and touch. Drag and drop the very first component which says when talk to me button is clicked. Drag and drop it into the viewer screen. Click on the text to speech. You will find one procedural block converting the operation of text to speech. Drag and connect it to the previous block. When talk to me button has been clicked, it should trigger the action of converting text to speech. Okay. And click on the text box component. Drag down a bit. You will find a getter block which is in light green color telling text box 1.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, sure.
How do we get that purple thing? The purple block?
Click on the text to speech component on your left.
It tells there's an internal error.
Internal error, just refresh your screen.
Okay. Yep, thanks.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Click on the text to speech and drag and drop the procedural block. Connect it to the previous block and select the text box component. Drag it. Find the text box text getter block. You can see a light green block, which is a getter block. Text box 1, text. Drag and connect it to the purple block.
Sorry, but it says we've tripped on a bug.
You got a bug?
Yeah.
Refresh your screen.
Okay.
Done.
Done?
Yes.
Okay. You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working. Thank you.
So the explanation for this block is as soon as the user clicks on the talk to me button, when talk to me button is clicked, that particular event handler should trigger the action of converting text to speech, and which text it is going to convert is given in the text box, right? The user enters the text inside the text box. The user is giving the text. We are going to get the text from the user. Get the text, convert it into text to speech when talk to me button is clicked. Clear with the block? So can you understand the function of each and every block here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have added one more button, say thank you button. So click on that thank you button. The very first event handler telling when thank you button, click, drag and drop it. Again, click on text to speech. Drag and drop the procedural block for converting text to speech and connect it to the thank you button is clicked. Click on thank you button, drag and drop the first event handler when thank you button click. Click on the text to speech component again and drag and connect the procedural block to the thank you button block. So when thank you button has been clicked, here we are not going to get the input from the user. We are going to set the value as default, right? To do that, click on the text and you will find the first one, text string, a text string on the very first component connected to the purple block. Here we can give whatever message we want to speak. So type thank you inside that pink colored block, which is a text string block.
Can you please repeat how to get the thank you this thing? The
Okay.
button.
Click on the text under the built-in blocks.
Yeah.
The very first, you can find empty text string component, right?
Yeah.
Drag and connect it to the purple block. And inside it, type as thank you. So on the first button, we are going to get the input from the user. Whereas for the thank you button, we are giving the default text called thank you. When thank you button has been clicked, it should convert the text called thank you to speech and speak up.
Done.
So can you give me a practical example of how the app will be used? Who will find it useful?
People who can't
Who can't speak up.
speak up. Yeah.
Who have inability to speak can make use of the app. We can add more number of buttons if we need, like for the general terms which we use in our day-to-day life. Say, hi, how are you? I'm fine. So we can add many more buttons as our wish and program it in our block section if we need. Okay. So shall we proceed for testing and debugging of our app? Have you all completed with the blocks?
Yes.
If anyone is still having trouble in building the blocks, please let me know. So shall we test our app?
Yes.
To test our app, open the MIT AI2 Companion app in your mobile phone. In your Android smartphone in which you are going to test our app, please open MIT AI2 Companion app.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So can you find the screen similar to the one on my
Yes.
laptop screen? Yeah. And click on connect. In your laptop, click on the connect in MIT App Inventor. The very first option, it says AI Companion, right? Click on that. Click on the very first option under connect named AI Companion. So can you see the QR code is being generated on your computer screen? Can everyone
Yes.
find the QR code on your computer screen? Now click on scan QR code option in your mobile phone. and scan the code generated on your computer.
Thank you. Hi.
So once you're done, a progress bar will be generated and all the program will be transferred to your mobile phone and you can see the app on your mobile phone. Right? So when you enter any text inside the text box, you can see the hint, right? On your mobile phone, you can find the hint which we have created in our app. In our designer window, we cannot see the hint, but on your phone, you can find the hint called type here. Enter the text inside the text box and click on talk to me button and check whether it can read it out properly.
I am getting that.
Sorry?
Hello, young scientist.
So can everyone test the app? Everyone be able to test and debug your app?
No, it's not working for me.
It's not working, Tanishka.
I think I have it.
Tanishka, yeah. Tell me what issue do you face while testing the app? Can you explain it?
It's working for me now.
Okay. Anyone is having issue when testing the app?
No. No. No.
But Tanishka is about to say something.
Yeah, Tanishka, go ahead.
When I enter talk to me, it's not telling anything.
It's not telling anything. So please check with the blocks, Tanishka, once again. Go to
Okay.
the block section and see whether you have connected all the blocks correctly. Do a check with the computer screen.
The app is working for me.
Okay.
What's up?
If you find the app is working for you, please convey it through the chat window. Those who are having still issues in it, just unmute yourself and explain the issue.
Now it's working for me.
Now it's working for
Yeah.
Tanishka, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can everyone test your app?
Yes.
Please do type S in your chat window so that I can proceed. Yes, Raghav, we cannot change the voices actually. It is default. Okay. So now we have created our own app of converting text to speech, right? So we are going to see what we need to do to share this app with our friends. We cannot ask your friends to download the MIT App Inventor and do testing and all. We are going to convert it as an APK file and share it with our friends. To do that, click on build
மியூட் பண்ணி வைக்கணும்.
and
இப்போ எனக்கு பேசணும்னா அப்ப நீ பேசிட்டு இருக்க.
so click on build and select the first option named app provide QR code for APK. Click option.
நான் ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண, நான் வந்து உட்கார்ந்தேன் அவ்வளவுதான்.
Click on build and select the option build QR code for APK. Can you see the QR code generated on your computer screen? Again, follow the same process. Scan the QR code in your mobile phone and click on install. A warning message will pop up when you install that file, because since we are the third party, we are going to download our app which we created, right? We are not downloading it from the Play Store. So click on allow and install the app. Install the APK file on your phone.
So it is not generating the code.
So can you see the progress bar?
Yes.
Yeah, wait for some time till it gets completed. When it reaches 100%, a QR code will be generated.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
Okay.
It says the companion is disconnected on the laptop.
Then do reset connection also. Okay.
Okay.
To do that, click on the connect option in your app inventor. Select reset connection. Click on the reset connection. Then once again click on AI companion and once again click on AI companion, then scan the QR code for APK file. Okay. Yes.
Okay, yeah, done.
Then can you scan the QR code for APK file?
Oh, in that app, you should scan the code.
Yes. Click on the build option and select app provide QR code for APK. A QR code will be generated on your computer screen. So on your app, again click on that scan QR code option. We have done that previously, right? So click on that scan QR code option in your mobile phone and scan the QR code.
So first you reset it and you should click for APK.
You have done the reset connection option.
Yes.
Okay, now click on the build option and select app provide QR code for APK. On your mobile phone, click on the scan QR code in your MIT Companion app and scan the QR code generated on your computer screen.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Raghav, it is possible, but it involves a lot of process. You have to pay some money, and Google will give you an approval within 4 hours. Once your app has been approved, then you can post it in your Play Store.
Thanks for the explanation.
Thank you, Raghav. So have you all can you install the APK file? Yes.
Can we upload this app in like the App Store and Play Store?
Yes, Jay. For that, I said no. You have to send that app to the Google. It will be checking for any malware or anything. It will approve your app, and you have to pay some money for that. Generally, it will be approved within 4 hours and your app will get posted automatically. So can you all install the APK file on your mobile phone? See, the icon which you have added will be displayed. Can you check it? It has been created as an app on your mobile phone. Can you see that? Once you install the APK file, it will be generated. Yeah. So you can see the icon is being added there. Once you open the app, it will perform as a regular app. You can share that APK file link to your friends.
Ma'am, do we have any other tool to do the Android?
Yes. Yeah. What are you asking? May I know who is speaking?
Tanishka, ma'am.
Yeah, Tanishka. Go ahead.
Do we have any other app tool to do the Android app?
Any other tool like other than MIT App Inventor you are asking?
Yes.
Yes, we have many other tools other than MIT App Inventor, like as I said, Android Studio. But we need to do all these codings we have added as a blocks, right? But we have to write lines and lines of code using Android app, Java, and Kotlin softwares. You need to learn the coding, and you have to write the lines of code. It is a bit difficult, and whereas we have similar tool like MIT App Inventor, which contains only blocks like Appy Builder. We have one another app called Appy Builder, and in that Appy Builder website, it is just similar to MIT App Inventor, containing blocks.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So the block section has been explained, right? Do you have any doubt in the block section or converting the text to speech? You can just ask out. I hope everyone has completed the app. So can you all do this, try this task? We are, I want you people to design an app on your own, which just do the action of converting speech to text, the exact replica of the app which we created. We have created an app called text to speech, right? So I want you people to try out the conversion of speech to text. That is, when you click on the button, the app should recognize your speech, convert it into a text, and display it using a text box. So for converting text to speech, we have used the component called text to speech under media. For the speech to text, we need a component called speech recognizer. As a
Is this like a
non-listener.
homework?
Yeah, just try this task on your own.
Yeah.
Give it a try so that you will be used to designing, or you'll be getting used to that MIT App Inventor, right? To do that, instead of text to speech, use speech recognizer component from the media. So it needs a button, a text box, and a speech recognizer component. So when the user clicks on the button, it should recognize the speech, convert it into text, display it in the text box. Whatever we speak, it should display in the text box. So can you people try this?
It's not like a homework. You can just keep your hands on that, and you can just get familiar with the app. So it's benefit for you for future sessions.
Yes, you can give it a try. It is not like a homework or assignment that like you need to submit and all. So anyone is having doubts? In our today's session, do you have any doubts? Or any other issues like while testing, debugging, and installing the APK file? If you have any issues with that, please unmute yourselves and ask.
I think Jai, Shriman, Tanishka, Raghav, you have completed your task, right? Like
Yeah.
you have built the app. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so try this task on your own, okay?
Okay.
So, Mr. Sivaraman Ganeshan, sir, can you able to talk? Like, can you try speaking?
Hello, sir.
Okay. Okay, Priyadashni, go ahead.
Okay, Padma. So I'm going to give you an introduction about the complete course. So in this course, we are going to have 8 sessions, right? As we promised, we are going to conduct 8 sessions. In each session, you will be building one app to give you hands-on experience on MIT App Inventor. And also, side by side, I'll try to give introduction to as many components as I can. So under user interface, so in tomorrow's session, I'll be giving a brief introduction about all the components in user interface. Likewise, I'll be covering all the component section as well as the different blocks to give you a complete idea about the MIT App Inventor tool, so that at the end of the session, you will be able to create a own app. So we have in this particular course, we are going to develop 8 apps. Totally we are going to create 8 number of apps. In beginning sessions, we are having an app with very basic level, and we have more explanation. We'll be focusing mainly on the explanation part. So once we move further to, once we move forward, we'll be getting the apps will get complex, and the explanation part will be reduced. We'll try to use as many components as we can in our app building.
Yeah, Priyadashni. For tomorrow's session, and so the further details will be posted in the WhatsApp group, and what all the prerequisites needed, and the complete detailed plan of the course will be posted. So, and
The
Zoom
task.
link to join, yes, and what all the tasks to be done. So all will be posted on Friday, every Friday, so that it will be covered for the both the weekends, for Saturday and Sunday. The task will be completed.
And also, once the session gets completed, so you people need to design your own app. That is your final project, and you can give a demo on that project. Clear?
I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead, Ram.
The final the final app could be of our choice, like the topic.
Yes, everything is of your choice. You can make use of the component explanation which we give, right? We are going to develop some apps during the session, so you can use the same components and develop a completely new set of app on your own. That is what we accept. That is what we need. We need you to use your own creativity and design an app.
Okay.
Okay, Raghu. So anyone is having issues with today's app development?
No.
No? I hope all 5 of you has completed today's app of converting text to speech. If anyone is still having issues, please unmute yourself and ask.